fact that I'm laying on my floor. It's a comfortable place to lay, but I wanted to talk about today's video. It's so exciting. I bought 3 cameras within this past week, and I already have a camera. I'll get it to show you guys, but I got this first camera about a year or 2 ago. Also gonna put on some lip gloss because my lips look kind of whack right now. If you are wondering what lip gloss I'm using, Essence True Shine, and I'll show you the camera that I bought. This is my first ever digital camera. It's Polaroid ISO 48. I got it after I saw Katie Glasgow's video on it. It's a super cute camera. Here is it compared to an Apple Watch. It's pretty tiny. It's super cute. It eats up your battery if you're planning on getting this. Eats up your battery, like so bad. I'm gonna take a picture of the phone right now. It's such a cute camera. Anywho, it's super cute. Here is the baby. I love her. I think she's so adorable. The photos come out kind of blurry, but I guess that's kind of the point. Like, I'll show you, it'll be on screen too, but here are just some pictures that I took, you know, throughout my life living with a camera. And this camera I would take with me everywhere because I loved it so much. I still do love this camera. I think it's a really cute camera. As you can see, I've decked it out with my phone charm and some stickers as well. I love it a lot. I think it's super cute. If you're just getting into the digital camera world, highly recommend it. I'll put some pictures of the photos so that you can see its quality and its video quality. Here's a quick video. All right, this is my pot. You guys want to say hi? The video is so choppy. I really like the mug. I like the teardrop. Yeah. I knew that I wanted to get another one because the quality on here is very, like, digital, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like these cameras where you get that digital camera look, but you also get like really good quality. This camera is for people who are looking for something that has a really bad quality on purpose, which is what I was looking for. But after I went on TikTok and I've seen, also here are my nails. After I went on TikTok and I've seen other people's cameras, I was like, oh damn, maybe I should upgrade to another camera. Then I bought a Kodak EasyShare C310. That's coming on Monday. It's currently Saturday, but I was very content with that purchase. I got it for like 40 bucks on eBay. It was perfect. I don't have it yet, but I was happy with that purchase, so we'll see if I get scammed or not. Then I have so many camera videos on my For You page, so I get so many recommendations and I fall into these traps of buying all these cameras. And so then I bought 2 more, but I went on Facebook Marketplace and I see this pink Sony Cybershot for $45. And if you know anything about the digital camera world, you know that people will hike the price of a camera if it happens to be pink, because they know that the girlies will buy it. In fact, I'll show you another camera that I got that is pink. Now this one's a little bit different because it is a Polaroid camera, and I had a Polaroid camera before. This is an Instax Mini 9. I had an Instax Mini 8, but it was this deep purple color. And then my aunt gave me this one. So of course I'm gonna keep it because I love a good pink camera. That kind of just solidified my love for digicams. Like, I'm a camera girl, not a cam girl, digicam girl. And so then I saw this pink Sony Cybershot and I immediately messaged the seller because it was listed today and I saw it today. And I messaged them, hey, so is it still available? And they were like, yeah. And I asked if they could bring it down from 45 to 30. They said yes. They shipped it today. Hopefully I don't get scammed because I haven't gotten my shipping info, but I looked it up and apparently you don't get your shipping info until like 24 to 48 hours later. So I'll text them in like 2 days and see if I still don't have any info, because then I will be getting my money back because I don't play about my cash. And so I scroll through this person's like profile to see like what else they're selling, like are they reputable, Every single item that they have listed was listed today, which is a red flag to me, but then again, who am I to say that you have to be a seller for 3 years before I can trust you? So then I see another camera. I'll put a picture of both cameras. This is the pink camera that I messaged them about first. Then I saw this gray camera with all the stickers and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, but I want that one too. And so I messaged them like, oh, are these two the same model? Because if they're the same model, there's no reason for me to get the gray one. And they said no, that the gray one is more new and the pink one is more old. And I was like, I want the gray one then. I want it. And they were like, okay, like I'll do a deal because you already bought the pink one. I'll give you the gray one for $15. And I was like, I'm taking it. And I didn't even pay any shipping. But it's a really good deal because I got both of these cameras for $45 total. And it comes with the SD card to iPhone reader. I have like 5 SD cards now. I have a battery charger. I have carrying cases for them. So I'm really hoping it's not a scam because like why would you give me all those items for such a low price? But then again, I'm going to trust the person. I'm also going to trust Facebook's loss prevention, and I will be reporting this person if I don't get my cameras because I sent them $45. I don't play about my money. This just goes to show how obsessed with cameras I am because now I have 5. I'm gonna have 5 in my possession. This video is just gonna be like a comparison, I guess, because now I actually have something to like compare this little guy to. This will always be my baby though, is my first ever camera. She's so cute. I love her. She's adorbs. I deck her out with stickers all the time. She takes 2. Oh, I turned her on. She takes 2. It's really hard to open the battery compartment, or maybe I'm just really weak, but I think it's because my hands are lotiony. Anyway, she takes 2 AA batteries, and that's pretty much it. I think she's adorbs. Definitely get this camera if you're looking to get into the digicam world. If you want that like genuine bad quality digital camera. But I love her so much. She's so cute. I genuinely take her everywhere with me. Like, I don't leave my house without it. I literally had to get her from my purse. Like, she's always with me. So I love this girl. Will always be my babes. But I just wanted to make a video comparing all my cams because I love the digital camera world, and I'm so excited to be a digital camera girl now because I actually have like a pink camera and it's a Sony Cybershot. And that's kind of the camera that people tend to get first. A lot of people have Sony Cybershots, so I'm kind of excited to enter the Sony world. Also, I'm really excited. I have 2 Polaroids. I have these 2 girls. These are my Polaroids. This one has no film in it because I don't really take Polaroid camera video or photos. I also don't want to spend money on film right now, so I'll do it later. Yeah, that's also another reason why I like digital cameras, because I don't feel like spending money on film every couple of weeks or however often you have to spend money for film cameras. That's not something I want to be investing my money in. I want something that you buy once and then you have forever, and there's no additional charge that is needed. That's why I love my digicam, and that's why I'm making this video. The first camera that I want to be reviewing is my Polaroid ISO 48. This camera is super adorable. It's really small, so it's perfect for traveling. You have the power button on the top, you have the shutter button, you have so these say random things. I don't know what the buttons are supposed to stand for, but I know what they do. Clicking up zooms you in, and clicking down zooms you out. Then you've got the flash button right here. You've got this gallery button under the flash button that'll take you to the pictures. If you click the gallery button and then you click between the gallery button and the flash button, you can scroll through your pictures. Gallery button is to go forward, flash button is to go back. The mode button with the big M right here, you click that if you're in the gallery to exit the gallery, and then you click it on shooting mode to change from taking a picture to taking a video. You can kind of see it right there. Then you have the settings button, the classic settings button. Brings up all your settings. Again, to scroll, you click on the gallery button or the flash button. Gallery is forward, flash is back. If you want to go down, you click between these top 2 buttons here. To select, you select the settings button. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I wanted to show you guys the SD card stuff. Okay, it's one of those classic camera battery compartment things, but there's a compartment here. You can either lock it or unlock it by switching this little thing right here. You see it's separated, and there's an arrow facing this way, which means if you press really hard and slide this way, it opens the compartment. It'll feel like you're breaking your camera, but I promise you're not. There we go. So once you slide out the thing, it pops open the compartment. Takes 2 AA batteries. Here is the charging port for if you want to connect the camera pictures to a laptop or something. And what I recommend, if you don't have one of these, which puts your photos into your phone, then you would wait until you get home and then put the cord into this hole into your laptop. I think it's I'll put the specific type of cords here, but you would put one end into here and then the USB end into a laptop or something, and then upload it to the Google Drive and then download it from your phone. Or if you have one of these little iPhone SD card readers, you would plug this into that, then plug in the lightning cable into your phone, and then you would import all your photos that way, which I think is easier so that you don't have to wait until you get home every single time that you're out and you take all these pictures and you have to wait until you get home, send it to your friends, blah blah blah. Also, if you're wondering about any stickers that I have, most of them are from Etsy. This like fly one is from a random book that my choir teacher got, but then I found that same book at Target. So if you want this one, it comes in a huge book of stickers. Some of the stickers did not come by themselves. I buy a lot of things from small shops, and they'll typically send you stickers and stuff with whatever product that you bought. I bought this wristlet from Etsy, and I know that I got some stickers within this purchase as well. So I'm not too sure which ones came in a sticker pack and which ones were just extra for buying something from a shop, but you can find a bunch of cute stickers on Etsy. So that's all for my overview on this camera. Also, I'm probably not going to review this one because I haven't taken photos of it or photos on it, but I'll go over like the body and stuff because I know how it works. I used to have one. I love her a lot. I think she's super cute. It says that there's 7 photos in here, but I don't have any film. I think that's a glitch with this one because there's definitely not a single packet of film in here, so nothing comes out because there's no film in here. Smile. Anywho, she takes film in the back. Turn it on with this button. You hear a little like a camera booting up noise. This is the shutter button. This is what you click to take a picture. Click, click. This is the flash. This is what you look through to take your picture. This is the sensor for the settings. The last thing about this camera is that you can pick the settings. We've got indoors, cloudy, sunny, like partly sunny, and then extremely sunny, and then high key. Nobody uses high key, so don't use it. I don't even know what it does. Everything else is kind of self-explanatory. Basically, really bad quality because I'm filming on my phone. You have it on, this is it on home, or indoor, cloudy, partly sunny, super sunny, high key. You put it on whatever setting that you're at. So if I'm inside, I'm gonna keep it on the first setting, and if I'm in extremely sunny conditions, I put it on the sun, and that's it. That's everything about the camera. One last thing though is that she has a selfie little mirror. So if you wanted to take a selfie, you can see if you're in frame or not. It's a great camera if you want Polaroids. That's really all I have to say. Okay, so it's been a while since the last clip. Basically, what happened was those 2 cameras that I thought I was gonna get on Facebook Marketplace turned out to be a scam, unfortunately. And I even texted, or not texted, but like I messaged Facebook Marketplace and I was like, hey, so I got scammed out of my money. Can I get my money back? And they were like, no, because you actually, like, you sent them your money, so it couldn't have been a scam. And so I was like, okay, it's whatever. It's not the end of the world. I think I spent like, what, like 35 or something? It's been so long that I don't even remember like what I was gonna talk about. in this section. What am I supposed to talk about? Hold on. That would be my Kodak. I forgot I didn't have this when I started filming the video. Basically, the way that you use this baby, this I think is my favorite compared to my Polaroid ISO, which is kind of sad because I love both of them and this was my first ever camera. But I have to let it go because this one is so much cuter. The way that you turn it on, there's this dial up here and you want to switch it to either photo mode or you can go to your favorites. Anything except for this off button will turn on the camera. Just to let you guys know, the video from what I've seen from this camera is actually like horrendous, so I don't really use it for video, but I wasn't planning on it at all. So, and the way that you take pictures with this is you just hold down the shutter. On my other camera it's just a click, but on this one it's a hold. So let's do a cute little selfie. It shows you a preview of the picture too, so that's actually a pretty cute picture that I might use for stuff, I don't know. But if you didn't like that picture, you could click on the delete button while it's previewing, then you click OK. Now the way to turn on and off the flash, there's this flash button right here and that'll cycle to flash on. I don't know what this eyeball means. And then no flash or auto flash. Usually when you're using this camera, you should always have flash on because that makes a way better picture than if the flash was off. So always make sure that your flash is on when you're using this camera. Next is if you want to share any of your pictures, if you have like an old Kodak sharing system. I don't have any of that, but there's this red button here and you can click share and it's going to ask you if you want to print, email, favorite, print all pictures, cancel your prints. That's pretty much all that you can do. You would have to connect this camera to your computer and use the Kodak software to do all of that, but from what I've seen, that software does not exist anymore, so can't really do that. The back button on this camera tends to be the review button, so if you're ever in a pinch, just click on review and that'll take you back. As you can see now, we're in the regular camera taking mode. If you wanted to take a video, you would just scroll this up to the video camera and then it'll switch to camera mode. Switch to photo mode, and then this will take you to the favorites that you have. I don't have any favorites selected, so that's why there's nothing there. If you want to look at all your photos, you click on the review button and then you can scroll back and forth through all of your pictures like that. The up and down button shows you like the main gallery of everything, like in like a grid view. If you wanted to change any of the settings, then you can click on the menu button right here and then go up and down, and here you can change the exposure, you can change the date and time setting, you can change what if you're going to use an internal memory or an SD card, the list goes on. But a tip that I do have, and the thing that made me really frustrated with this camera, is that it does not read SD cards like at all. I just use the internal memory and then I upload it to my computer when I get home, and then I delete everything off the camera. So I'm never really running out of space because everything is on my computer anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much, but it's still like a pain in the ass, you know? This is the battery. If you push down and slide forward, they'll come out like that. That's where you put your batteries. This is a tripod dock. This is where you'll put your SD card if you choose to have one, and if you're lucky enough that your camera will actually work with an SD card. Mine doesn't, so that's empty. I never use it. And this comes with a little like wristlet attachment, which is really cute because I put this wristlet on it. This used to be on my Polaroid, if you remember, but I think I'm just gonna get multiple for all my cameras. And that's honestly everything. Something I find redundant about this camera is that there's this like viewfinder thing that you put your face through so that you can see stuff. It's me, hey. But that's kind of pointless when you have a screen that shows you everything that's being shown anyway. I can see myself through the screen. Why would I need to look through the viewfinder? You know what I mean? That's really all about this camera that I feel like I have to say. Just be careful with the SD card stuff. I'll put a collage of all my pictures here so you can see everything I've taken photos of. I've taken this camera with me literally everywhere. It's better quality than the Polaroid, so I tend to favor this one a lot more. Also, I've decked it out with stickers as I do With all of my electronics, I like to decorate them. Just makes them way more personal. That's pretty much everything I have to say. Okay, I'm switching to my laptop for video taking because my phone's about to die. And if you can hear fans in the background, I also have my PC on, and you're like right in front of my PC, so that's what that is. But the first camera that I'm gonna do an in-depth review on is the Instax Mini 9. So I haven't personally taken any pictures with this, but it's the exact same thing as the Instax Mini 8, and I still have that camera, so I'm pretty sure I can still give a review on it. It's not gonna be super technical, but it'll be like a basic camera review. From the photos that I'm looking at, I can see that they come out this as a regular Polaroid camera photo would. I'll put some pictures on the screen. One thing that I really do love about this camera is that you can still adjust the settings. That's something that was removed in the newer cameras. I'm not too sure why, because I like the idea of you being able to choose what exposure and what lighting your camera gets. I don't like auto lighting, and I love that you still get that customization option. With the newer cameras, like I said, that doesn't come with a customization setting anymore. It more relies on the sensor here. So if it comes out a bad video in the sun, you can't, or a bad picture of you in the sun, you can't adjust the settings to see if it'll be a better picture on, oh, maybe if it's on indoor lighting, it'll look better. You just kind of have to take what it gives you, and I don't like that because it takes away the autonomy of getting to control how your pictures look. That's something I don't like in any camera, honestly. I don't like auto cameras that don't let me finick with the settings. So that's something that I would consider if you're purchasing a Polaroid mini camera. I would go for the older models just because you control what pictures you take. And let's be honest, they all take the exact same pictures. It's not like you're getting a better picture quality on the newer models. It's just about what features you have versus what features are being removed in newer cameras. The next camera that I'm going to be reviewing is, of course, my baby, the Polaroid ISO 48. Automatically love this camera. This baby, you actually get a lot of customization options. There are scene options. You can do auto, scenery, portrait, beach, high sensitivity, night scenery. There are a lot of options for you. You can mess with the frequency. It's between 50 hertz and 60 hertz. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means. It can do auto power off. You can do silent mode. You can, a lot of people love that date stamp that you get with older cameras. You can turn that on or off with this camera. I always have it on just because I think it's cute. You can change the ISO. I don't mess with the ISO. I have that on auto because I don't really know what that means. When it comes to things that I do like to control, it's more so the lighting and things that will genuinely like have a difference, at least to me, with the camera. I do know with the Canon G7X, a lot of people mess with the ISO almost every picture just because if you're buying that camera, you tend to know more about ISO and frequencies and whatever. Me personally, I'm just looking for a digital camera, and so auto ISO works fine for me. You can mess with the light exposure. I have mine on normal. If you want like a deeper, moodier look, you can turn that down. You can mess with the sharpness of your image, the color effect, white balance. You can do multiple shots if you want. It even has a stabilizer mode. I don't really have that on because I don't really mess with it. It has a self timer. You can mess with the image quality, image resolution. So I took a photo with my friend Orla in the back of her car, and this picture came out really, really cute. You can see that the blanket is really overexposed, but everything else looks cute. You can see the date and time stamp. It's a super cute picture. I love the colors that it gives me. I also tend to edit these photos anyway because I like a warmer picture. And so the pictures that it takes on this camera tend to be more neutral to cool tone. You can probably change that somehow with like the white balance and things. I don't like to mess with that. I just like to do it myself with the iPhone editor, but that's something to keep in mind if you are planning on purchasing this camera. Now I'm looking at a photo of the trees from when I went to this random mall in Florida. I think it was an outdoor mall. As you can see, it's a very like grainy type camera. It got a lot of the details in the top of the buildings in the background, which is kind of surprising. The trees look very grainy. As you can see, towards the bottom of the tree is more detailed than the top of the tree. So if you're looking for a detailed shot, you're not really going to get that with this camera. But the point of this camera is to be bad quality, so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. We have this iconic photo of me, my friend Mia, Rachel, and Maddie in the pool at the Disney Music Resort. It's a beautiful photo, it really is. I made it more warm just because, again, I like warm pictures, but even this is a perfect picture by itself. The colors are very vibrant. You can see it's just so beautiful. I love it a lot. I use this camera if I'm looking for that more vintage feel instead of that digicam feel, because I like to think that those are two separate things. The videos I'll play separately. The audio quality sucks. It's really bad. It's really loud. When you are recording a video, it tends to be a little bit choppy. It's not crisp, but I'll play a video here so that you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay, you guys ready? 7, 8, woo! So cool!
I took these next few photos in a theater in Western Virginia, not West Virginia, just more west than where I am now. And they came out okay. They're very warm. When you take a picture where a light source is involved, the light tends to be blown out and more like a dot with a gradient around it instead of like a light, if that makes sense. Like the lights just kind of look more fuzzy in here when you take a shot directly on them. Other than that, I love the warmness. You kind of lose that detail when there's a bunch of lights in the way. I took a photo next to a Lego wall. It's a cute picture. You just kind of lose the detail in the Legos in the background. It's prioritizing my face as a focus point instead of the entire picture, which, you know, can be good, can be bad if you're looking for more focus in the entirety of the photo, but my standards are not very high. Next, we have a photo of me trying on a prom dress. No, I did not end up buying this dress, unfortunately, but it was really cute. As you can see, it's really dull in the color department in this picture. I also do believe that that's because just the things in this picture in and of itself are not very colorful. But that's something to keep in mind if you're looking for a more saturated camera. This wouldn't be the one for you. Or you can get this camera like I did, but just edit everything later. That's what I've done. I took a photo of the sky at my school, and it's okay. It's definitely not depth filled. The clouds kind of get lost. The building is definitely out of focus, but it's a cool picture to put in like a photo dump, things like that. So if you're looking for a camera that's going to give you that really detailed feel, I would not go for this camera. If you're looking for a camera that's going to give you a really vintage, like gritty, old look, this is the camera for you. I think it's really cute. Again, like I said before, it's the perfect camera for people who are trying to start out in the digital cam world. It's very compact. Here's this camera compared to an iPhone 13 Pro. It's basically the size of everything except for the camera cutoff. So it's very tiny. I put it in my bag. It comes with me everywhere I go. Looking for a beginner camera? This is the one for you. I really do love it. It's easy to get the hang of, easy to use, relatively easy to upload the pictures. Again, if you're getting this camera and this camera alone, I would not rely on the, this thing is really hard to open if you just lotioned your hands. But as you can see, I'll take out the batteries just so that they don't fall, but there is a outlet here that you're supposed to plug in a cord to and then plug in that cord into your computer. I would not recommend that because that's so finicky. It takes me at least 20 minutes every single time to try to get it to work, to come into my computer. I try without the batteries, I try with the batteries, I try with one battery, I try without the SD card, I try to poke out the SD card. Like, it's so finicky. It is never reliable. I always end up doing it in the long run, but honestly, if you can save a couple of bucks and get you one of these, this one for iPhone, this one for Samsung users, it's infinitely better. It'll just be so much easier because you can just pop out the SD card and then put that into your phone instead of having to wait to try to do a cord into the camera with the SD card and then put it on your laptop and then give it to your phone. It's just a lot of work. So if you can spend a couple more bucks on a phone to SD card reader, you save yourself so much time. Also, it has a tripod mount if that's important to you. Yeah, those are the two cameras that I have right now. I'll do a review on the Kodak EasyShare C13 when I get it. Hello. I'm gonna try to do this as quick as I can because it's 1:32 in the morning and I really want to go to bed. But I'm gonna do an in-depth review on the Kodak EasyShare C310. I really do love the pictures on this camera. I think that it's like the perfect mix of good quality and digital quality. Like, it's so good. I have this picture pulled up of like me taking a picture of my face from above, and you can see the glisten of my highlighter. You can see so much detail in my face. Like, you can see the individual like hairs on my eyebrows almost. Like, it gets really good photos in while keeping it in that like vintage type style. I took a bunch of pictures of like aisles of stores whenever I went to the store. It looks great. It looks like the colors are really well defined. It's not like you're gonna lose the blackness in a certain picture, but also keep in mind I take all of my photos with flash, which I think is what you should do if you have this camera anyway. I haven't taken any pictures without flash, so I don't really know what that looks like, but flash kind of just makes it look better. So if you're having any issues with your camera not looking nice, try flash. It will probably fix all your problems. There was a photo of me putting the dishes away in my house, and you can kind of see how the white is a little bit overexposed. That is also because I'm wearing a white shirt and the camera's like right here with flash. So keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. But the rest of the photo looks really nice. You can see my skin really well. You can see even the background of the photo is pretty defined. The dishes in the dish tray are really defined. Like, it's a really good camera, and it still gives you that digicam look. I really do love this. This picture kind of shows off the zoom of the camera. First zoomed out as much as I can, and then zoom in as much as I can. Really not that much different than all the way zoomed in. It's not like you're gonna get like a horrible quality photo. The more that you zoom in, it kind of looks the same. This congrats grad photo of the balloon looks really nice. All the colors are really defined, and it just makes me happy because it's my graduation gift. This specific picture of this aisle with the Coke cans, the Monster, the Mountain Dews, I love this picture just because of how many colors are in it and how nice it looks. Like, all of the colors are defined. The blacks aren't too black. It's just so well balanced. It looks amazing. So if you have this camera, I highly recommend that you focus on like a more colorful photo because it has shown that it can take highly colored pictures and make it look nice. You've got this photo of my door open at nighttime. In this picture, the blacks kind of get lost. And I don't think I used flash on this one actually. So if I did, then it probably would have looked different, but just keep that in mind. This is what it would look like without flash in a dark room if the other room is lit up or something. I think it's a pretty cool picture. It's kind of like eerie and creepy. If that's what you're going for, then I like it a lot. This whole set of pictures is so cute to me. Like, I hadn't taken legitimate grad photos, so I was like, oh, I need to get some pictures in. So at a dinner with my friends, I took some pictures, and I really, really, really loved the way that these pictures turned out. Like, I immediately posted them to my Instagram. The glisten of my lip gloss is so perfect here. I will say it was not that dark outside. Like, it was not pitch black outside. I think it was because the flash was on and the room is kind of dark, so especially when you get windows in the background of a digital camera, it kind of has trouble focusing on the outside and the inside and while keeping you in focus. So keep that in mind if you're like going for like a detail shot with windows, because that'd be kind of hard to do. But you can see like the highlights in my face. It just makes me look amazing. You can see the glisten of my gold jewelry. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, I really do love that camera. I took this picture of my Ulta basket. Honestly, I love this picture. There's something about it that gives like just vintage girl, you know, like with my decked out car keys and all of the stuff that I was gonna buy. I just don't know. I love this picture. I know I'm just kind of throwing a bunch of pictures at you, but I just want you to get like a good feel of what this camera is going to look like. We've got this picture of a rainbow. I did not think that the camera was going to pick up that picture like at all, but it actually got it really well, and the rainbow is really defined. So I was really happy about that. And you can see the clouds aren't that overexposed, but that's also because it was a rather gloomy day. This picture of my friend and I working on a Melanie Martinez poster. Shout out Melanie Martinez. Shout out Melanie Martinez. But we were making this poster that said I donated blood for Mel, because I almost did, to be able to afford her merch. But I love this picture because the DVDs in the background are really colorful, and again, this camera works so well with colored pictures, and you can even see like the sketched out pencil marks, which I didn't think it would be able to get that well because of how light it is compared to the poster board. But it looks like a really nice picture. I love it a lot. I'm just gonna spam all of these next few pictures at you because it's all basically the same thing. But I went to this cat lounge a couple days ago, got a bunch of pictures at that lounge. The kitties are so adorable, especially this one called Seth Rogen. He was my absolute favorite. But it got really cute pictures of all the kitties. This picture of the flower cat tower, it's probably my favorite from the whole day, just because, again, how colorful it is. It does really well with colorful things, so please keep that in mind. This picture of this cat all up in the camera is so adorable because its eyes are like glistening and it looks sad, but like, what are you sad about? I don't know. Like, these cats were just so adorable, so I might be biased, but the pictures are also really nice. And I have this like super quick video clip because I took it on accident, but it looked okay. I mean, like, I'll take a video now just because why not? I haven't experimented with the video on this thing, and I'm clicking on the flash, but it looks like you cannot do a video with flash. But I'm just gonna record like stuff around my room, I guess. I'm honestly just curious because I've never taken a video on here, so I don't really know how that's gonna turn out, but I'm excited. I'll put the clip of it here. So the video is okay. It's definitely like very choppy, very bad quality, but like the pictures are fine, so it kind of makes up for it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this camera. I think this is probably, it's definitely better than the Polaroid ISO 48 if you have the budget for it, which if you have the budget for a Polaroid, then you probably have the budget for this one because they're relatively the same price. I paid like 38 bucks for this. I don't remember how much I paid for that, but it was definitely like around $30, probably even like 20-30 range. But if you can splurge a little bit more to get this camera, I totally would. I think it's worth it. I think that the photos on here, they obviously outweigh the photos on there. It's just the process with getting the photos onto your phone is really finicky. My whole dilemma with this was that usually I'll be able to take out the SD card. I can put it in one of these, which is just like a lightning thing. It'll read SD cards and put it onto your phone, plug it into your phone, and then when you go to your Photos app, everything on this SD card will be in your phone. And that's what I thought was going to happen with this camera, but it does not read SD cards like whatsoever. I tried so many times to try to get this camera to use SD cards because then it would be so much easier. So if you're gonna get that this camera, just rely on the internal storage. It's not the end of the world. You're just gonna have to wait until you get home to put it into your computer. I can't remember off the top of my head what this cord is called, but I'll remember when I'm editing this video to search in my purchase history, and then I'll let you guys know what kind of cord this is. It's like really old. Look at how small that is. I don't think I've ever seen a cord like this before. Basically, what you have to do now what I have to do now that I can't read the SD cards is just plug this in to the camera, and then I plug this into my computer. Another issue that I ran into is I thought I would be able to plug this into this because this takes USB. And I'll even try this again just because maybe I was doing it wrong the first time. I'll try to show you guys. Usually an import tab would pop up. Nothing pops up when I do it this way because this camera is just really wonky, I guess. I do love this camera. I will probably be using this one as my number one from now on. That's all I have to say about this one really, so I hope you enjoyed my review. Finally reached the end of this video. Oh my god, it's been so long. I started this video probably like a month ago, And I'm only just now finishing it. I don't know why, I just kind of kept forgetting that I have this video sitting in my drafts, so. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my comparison of all of my cameras. I'm not gonna keep you here too long because the video is already like probably over an hour. And I'll show you guys what it looks like as I'm editing this because it's a very intensive video so far. That's just so incredibly insane. Like I had so many things to import, like, oh my gosh. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know when I'll be uploading another one. I might make another one when I buy like my Gel X stuff because that's kind of my next obsession, but we'll see. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.